You've owned Prevost, you've owned Newells. Why do you choose to own a Newell over a Prevost? Ladies and gentlemen, it is an exciting day today on the YouTube channel. I have a very special guest for you all today, the legendary Mark Martin.
Hey, what's going on?
Today we're out here at the Barrett-Jackson in Scottsdale. And Mark, what are you doing out here? What's going on?
I'm watching all these people buy and sell cars.
Are you buying anything this year?
No, sir. I already have one I don't drive, so.
Well, you're out here in this absolutely stunning Newell coach. I watch your Instagram. If you don't already follow Mark's Instagram, ton of cool stuff. So when did you buy your first motorhome?
Got my first Newell in 1990. I had 3 Newells in the 90s, and then I had 3 Featherlight Prevost Featherlight conversions in the 2000s. And then when I retired in 2014 and got ready to do some RVing, I went back to Newell. And this is my second Newell since 2014. I have my 3rd one on order.
So Mark, you've been owning RVs for 30 years now. Is there any great stories that you can think of over those 30 years of RVing? What's the best and the worst experiences you've had?
One of the things that comes to mind when you say that is this past summer, the end of May, the very end of May, decided to go from our home in Montana to San Antonio for our granddaughter's graduation. We never dreamed we would fight a snowstorm on the way down there, and wind and rain, and then coming home we had wind that you couldn't believe and rain, and then hail, about 3 inches of pea-sized hail on the ground. You know, that was the trip from hell. I couldn't believe that trip. I wouldn't want to do that again. But then, you know, most of the trips are really, really awesome. But that weather was a battle from the very beginning, the whole trip.
And that's coming from someone that's probably one of the most experienced drivers in the world, and you probably have more knowledge about driving than most people in the world. So if you're thinking about traveling in bad weather, that's some great expert advice from a veteran RVer. Now, so that was the worst experience you can think of, and hopefully you can help some folks avoid some bad situations from this video. So now, best experience or experiences when you think back at 30 years of RVing, what's the best part about it all?
Having your home with you. You know, wherever you park, it's your stuff, it's your home. I hate going to hotel rooms. I hate flying somewhere and having to get a rental car and go to a hotel room and drag your stuff, and I always feel awkward, like it's not my place. And Arlene and I we like going in our coach, and you can stop where you want to stop and you're at home.
30 years of RVing experience. Can you think of any tips for RVers or even folks that are thinking about RVing?
First thing that comes to my mind is you better be mechanically inclined, because something always doesn't work. And if you get everything working, then it won't be long till you have something else to do. That's one thing about them. There's so many systems on them that seems like there's always something to be worked on. And I like doing the work myself as much as I can. You know, some of it's over my head. But that's one great thing about Newells. You can call them and you can get a tech to walk you through. If you want to and you're mechanically inclined, they can walk you through 90% of the troubles that I have. I'm able to handle on my own with their guidance. I
will add to that. Now, I've been told, and I may be wrong, but regardless of year of any Newell coach, you can call 24/7, 365 and get a return call within 15 minutes. Is that true?
That is true. I've had them on the phone at 1 a.m. on Easter.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have, yeah, no, that's really a testament to customer service. And I have several clients and friends that own older Newells that are technically inclined, and they say they've had great luck, even on 07s. They can't believe it, that they're way out of warranty, and that folks, they can still call and folks will still walk them through it. And if you're somewhat technically inclined, just having someone there to talk to and run you through everything just really makes a big difference.
It does, and they're really good about that. So I couldn't, have more praise for them in that respect. They're very, very, very helpful.
You've owned Prevost, you've owned Newells. Why do you choose to own a Newell over a Prevost?
Two big reasons: the engine, the power, and the living space. Way more living space than you can get in a Prevost, hands down, and hands down more power with the X15 or ISX. Easily 100 horsepower. There are a few other things. I believe in my heart that the brakes stop better on a Newell as well, and there are a few other things that are really nice that Newell does that you're kind of confined with a Prevost. Now, that being said, there are things that are important to some people that Prevost really has the upper hand. Let's say base space. If it's really important to you to have tall base space, you get that with a Prevost. You can't get that with a Newell. For us, we enjoy the extra headroom inside rather than the extra base space below. There is a certain, I feel like a lot of Prevost owners feel like they have a Bentley, and for some reason, they look at a Newell and they don't see that. They don't feel it. But functionally wise, for us, Newell is the way to go. There is a lot of living space, and we spend a lot of time in our coach. We need the storage, and we enjoy the living space, and I certainly enjoy the power. And I kind of treat my motor coaches like I did my race cars in my early years, where you had one car, and if you raced it over the weekend and you didn't wreck it, then you spent the whole next week trying to make it better, make it lighter, make the body better, make it look cooler and run faster. Well, that's kind of what I do with my motor coach. I really enjoy. I can still mechanically work on this motor coach, whereas the new cars I can't touch, all electronics and everything. So this is something I can get my hands on, and I really take a lot of pride in making it better, making it look better, making better fuel mileage, better power up the mountains, whatever it is.
Newell does a great job, but he's even gone above and beyond with some really cool customization stuff. So this doesn't look like any other engine bay I've seen. You want to tell us a little bit more about what's going on back here?
Well, first of all, I'll tell you about my coach. After every single trip, the whole engine bay gets detailed and the roof gets hand wiped. So I go up on the roof after every trip and do the tops of the slides and the roof, hand wipe them, so I keep this thing absolutely perfect. Therefore, I've got a lot of people are very interested. It's a very highly sought after used coach. There's a lot of guys that are kind of in line looking for, when I'm going to trade up. So that's
Yeah.
pretty nice. But, I do a lot of work with Performance Diesel Incorporated in St. George, Utah. They have really done a lot with fuel mileage, as well as power. These things run great. They got tons of power on flat ground, but you start putting a tow behind them and start going up these mountains, and they need some, all of them need some help. So PDI does a great job. We've done a lot of stuff, customer stuff, and then a little bit of extra stuff as well to make these things make really good fuel mileage and really go up the mountains well. So if you've got an RV, man, you're missing out if you don't get one of their tuners and tune it up, because you'll get, not only do you get better fuel economy, you also get better power as well. So it's a win-win. I love those guys there. Yeah.
You mentioned your next coach that you're having built right now, and I've been following the build on Instagram, and a lot of my friends have been following that whole build. We're all really excited to see what you have coming. When are you gonna have that new coach?
April. And Newell has been really, really great. I mean, they are fantastic about customization. When we did the specs on this new coach that we're building, they usually have a few items that are special request kind of order items. We had 2 full pages on mine. They helped me chrome plate these pulleys, this pulley, all these pulleys here, the radiator tube hoses, chrome plated. We did a lot of extra stuff, ceramic coated the exhaust tips and some of the other tubes in here as well. So we're really going to fancy up this engine bay a ton, put a engine bay accent light so that when it's closed, you can turn the light on and it'll shine through the grills here and kind of be able to see all the beautiful chrome and the red, Cummins X15 engine. I'm really excited about it. Of course, I like the power plants of being a guy that raced for 40 years. And I really like this is an ISX Cummins. The new X15 is just one little bit better. You know, they took a lot of the components and just slightly improved them. So I look forward to getting the X15.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see that, Coach.
I just add like side skirts to mine, just because they look cool. You know, kind of customize the coach. I like to make it my own.
Absolutely.
You know, not like everybody else's. Not only is it, you know, the paint job cut and buffed multiple times, it's probably been waxed 25 times.
Yeah.
All total. One time last summer, I waxed it with a white pad with Carnauba wax once a week for 5 weeks straight. And so the paint on it is really, really flat. I also had carbon fiber made for the front of the coach to replace the glass. So this is all carbon fiber. Some of the guys take carbon fiber vinyl and put over the glass. This is carbon fiber.
That's the real deal,
yeah. Real deal.
Now
it's so light. It's so lightweight. You know, it takes weight off the front of the coach, and of course, it's extremely durable.
Now, can I ask you how expensive of an option? Because I know how expensive carbon fiber is. That's got to be a pretty pricey option. Can I ask you how much that would set someone back?
If you gotta ask, you don't want it.
Yeah, that's a true story. I know, like some of the Bugattis that I've detailed up at Pebble Beach and stuff have like $500,000 carbon fiber options. So this is
not quite that much.
Yeah, well, that's a lot of curbs and stuff, but this is still a big piece of carbon fiber.
It is.
So.
It's 2 big pieces of carbon fiber. And it's pretty cool. You know, a lot of people really like it. I like it because it's lighter, a lot more durable, and it's different. It makes it my own.
Absolutely. Now, does it stone chip up at all? Do you notice, or?
Well, it hasn't so far, but I mean, it'll take a stone chip a lot better than glass will. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So I add little things like this bottom lip, you know, skirts around and stuff. Just little cool stuff that makes it look more racy and different than everybody else's. Stuff like put nitrogen in the tires. I run nitrogen in the tires instead of just regular air. They don't build up as much when you build heat, you know, stuff like that. So do a lot of little stuff like we used to do to our race cars, you know.
Yeah. So I've seen in a lot of different basement bays, and I've got to point out just all of the little details in these bays. Got these huge slide out trays, but there's a decor piece added right here. Oh, it's all by a remote too. That is awesome. So this decor piece here, is that normal from Newell, or was that an extra option, or?
Yeah, that's standard.
Really? Wow. And then look, even the side of this slide out tray is completely carpeted, completely finished. Every square inch I see is completely finished off here. There's outlets in the bays here. And then just look at how industrial style all of this hardware here is. Hey, Mark, can't thank you enough for spending time. Any big plans for Barrett-Jackson here this week at all?
I'm just watching all these guys buy and sell cars.
Well, hey, greatly appreciate all of you watching today's video. Hope you're all having a great day. Thanks again.